Yeah, so here's a way that you can make some extra money with your log splitter. These are a bit of an investment, if you're not really doing too much with it. What you can do in the meantime, if you only need it here and there, is you can actually rent out your machine and you can rent yourself out to go and split the wood yourself. So I'll advertise to have people call me if they need wood split, because most people, they don't have, not most people, I shouldn't say, but a lot of people that pick up their own wood, they don't have splitters themselves. They might get lucky and they might be sitting around, might be causing a problem for them because it's not getting done, it's in the way. So they'll call up somebody looking for somebody to split their wood. So what I do is I just make sure I charge a rate that it's worth it for me, that I'm not going too far and then I have to drop it off and I have to pick it up. So I make sure it's worth it. Also, to let the customer know that I can come and split the wood for them. So either they could do it for themselves and I just drop it off, or I'll go there myself and I'll split the wood. Move them around, that's a problem. So if you have a utility trailer, you can put that in the trailer and you can trailer it over. These things are made to tow with. The problem is they're not really made to tow on the highway. The bearing kit in them is not that heavy duty, and they don't even put much grease inside the bearings from the manufacturer when they first make them. So even when you're just using them around your property, it's good for you to take off the bearing cap and grease the bearings. But there also another reason why they can't go on the highway is because, first of all, there's no lights on these things. And there are, the odd exception of trailers that they don't have lights and they tow them around. Like, say when you have those little generators, no axle with suspension on them. So if you're towing it around, especially on a bumpy road and you're going fast, it's just going to bump all over the place, and then the hydraulic oil is going to spill out of the bleeder. So what I'm going to do is I'll show you how I get it on my truck. Here's my truck over here. And it's good if you have a hydraulic tailgate. That's going to help you get it up on there, right? These things are very heavy. I mean, the beams on these things is thick metal. Some of this stuff is like 3/8 inch, maybe more. Actually, the center is about 9/16 this beam. Just for keeping record's sake, this machine itself is like 600 pounds, 660 pounds. Yours might vary. You might be a little smaller. This is a 25-ton unit. It might be heavier, like those 35-ton units are a lot heavier than these. And I'm happy that I got this one because I'd actually have problems getting on the truck. So I'm going to bring it over with me and I'm going to show you guys how to put it on the truck if you got yourself a hydraulic tailgate. So yeah, this can be a good source of income. You get a bunch of calls throughout the year so that you can take your splitter to your customers and split the wood for them. Okay, so I'm going to take this machine along with me. They're not too bad to move around with. I got it by one hand here, but they're very awkward because they're very unbalanced. It's good. You see how I have the cylinder is all the way down there. You can just adjust that and bring it back so that this piece of weight here is up here, because there's so much weight back here. When I lean this beam up against the truck, I'm not going to be able to balance it properly where I can lean it forward. It's going to lean back. So I'm just going to fire it up just so I can pull the cylinder back and then shut it off and put it on the truck. Yeah, it's a little cold here. You can see my heat shield is loose on this thing, but it's actually good that it's like that, because when you're sitting down there working, the exhaust is blowing directly into your face. So I use that as like a kind of guide to, a blocker to block that exhaust from going right in your face. Yeah, let me adjust the camera here for you so you can see what I'm doing. And now it's cold, so it's a little tough to do this. I don't like doing it when it's cold. On the first cold day of the year, what happened to me is the machine actually slipped out of the truck because the ground is so frozen. Makes it slippery. So can you guys see me? Yeah, you guys can see me. Okay, so what I have to do, pull up the jack here. It's not even a jack, it's just a stand really, or whatever you want to call it. And I'm going to wheel it right up to my gate. My tailgate used to have a lip so I could roll it up on the lip, but because of all the dumping of the loads, the top piece actually ripped off. So sometimes they use a 2x4. Yeah, I got one here. And I'm just going to hoist it up pry it up onto the gate. What you can actually do too is grab the tire and roll the tire. It's a little slippery now, so it might not work that well. Just use a 2x4. See how it's not that balanced? It's okay for now though. I'm on a little bit of an incline. I used to do this with the pickup truck. This will fit in a pickup truck. Okay, so now I'm going to lean it on the truck, the tow bar section, and I just use my foot as like a wheel chock. I'll push it in more because if it slips, it's no good. Yeah, the last time this thing slipped off, I broke the return hose down at the bottom here. Okay, we should be good to go now. Yeah, it's slippery. There goes the beam trying to tip on me again. Got past the hard part. And then I can just drag it in. Here, let me show you guys. Yeah, so now I could just drag it in, and then what I'll do is I have a little hook up here, and I'll hook this strap around underneath the beam, down the side, underneath it, and back up again. I'll avoid the hoses too, so I don't pinch the hoses with the strap. But that's how you can move your log splitter around if you want to go out and rent it out. So I hope that helps you out. Tune in for more videos. I got all kinds of videos coming up, so hope to see you soon again. Thank you.